Luke, congratulations, you're in the hat for the last 8 here at the UK. It's been a long day, how would you sum it up?
Yeah, I felt the best I felt in the tournament. It felt like it was going really well for me, and all of a sudden, I think them few darts at a double to go 7-0 up just sort of threw me a little bit, strangely. And then, Merv come back well, which fair play to him. But I felt like I could have played a lot better. I felt that way. But all you got to do is get over the line, win the game, and save the good darts for tomorrow if I need them.
When you're 6-0 up and there's not a lot coming back at you, I know you can switch off. Did you switch off in that moment because it was perhaps a little bit too comfortable?
Yeah, I mean you can switch off. I think maybe I did. When I missed them doubles, usually you'd punish yourself and be right. The next leg, come on. Whereas I probably didn't because I felt like the game was sort of in my grasp. But Merv showed that you never should think that because 6-3. If I don't win that leg, all of a sudden at 6-4, his throw he is right back in the game. So, Merv. I feel like when I got in that lead, I don't think Merv was throwing much at me. But when he had that bit of hope, he started trying again then, and I shouldn't really have given that hope because if I'd had 7-0, it was probably pretty much would have been comfortable for the rest of for the game. But sometimes I feel like I go to sleep, and that is my Achilles heel now. It used to be the doubles, now it's the falling asleep halfway through the game sometimes.
Even as world champion, world number one, is that a massive lesson learned tonight then?
Yeah. I mean, kind of, but I do feel that is the thing that does hold me back from these big performances. I feel like sometimes in the middle of games, it happened against Dirk, I just go missing for a couple of legs where I can't even hit a treble for about 5 throws. And obviously you can't be perfect, you can't be playing well all the time, but I do think I've cleared up a lot of things. But that is the one thing that's crept into my game. Like if I can change, I can carry on this winning streak. But you keep falling asleep in games against the top players, it come back to bite you. So maybe when it comes to crunch, I won't fall asleep too much in the middle of games.
It's going to be a huge day tomorrow, 3 big games, but your experience that you've got, you've done it over course and distance on our last stage. I think that gives you a massive advantage over the field.
Yeah, it does, because I know what to do and how to do it. I did it in the Players' Championship finals. I've done it in 5 Euro Tour finals. There's still a few left in the tournament that know how to do it as well. So I think it will help me in the long run for tomorrow. But if I keep playing like I have, it's going to take a tough game to beat me. We all know that. But I do have that added edge because obviously I know what it takes to do the long day.
Luke, congratulations.
Thank you.
Luke, just on that point now, when you said that you sometimes fall asleep during games, you said it's creeped into your game. It wasn't there before. Why do you think that is? Is it because maybe you've got to such a level where you're that good that you can almost afford it and still win quite comfortably?
Yeah, I think that sometimes when I'm playing so good, or I thought playing decent, I think it's just going to come naturally, and I maybe relax too much, whereas really I need to keep myself doing what I'm doing throughout the whole game. When I was 6-0 up, I felt really good, and maybe what happens is I think that I feel really relaxed. I can not try as hard when that ain't the case, as we all know. You have to keep trying 100% every leg. It's not something I do on purpose. Maybe it's just a conscious thing. So I could have to change that mindset in every game I play.
And you've got a bit of reputation for being a master of these long days, whereas Merv is quite the opposite. We know that he can tire as long matches and long days go on. Was that in your mind heading into it when you saw the draw?
I mean, Merv's getting to an age now where it's a lot tougher for him. If I was Merv's age, it would be a lot tougher for me. I know that I can cope with these long days. So, he did say that afterwards. He said the long day caught up with him, but he's a fantastic player, and if you're playing one game a day, he's still got it. So 14 hours is long for anybody, but for Merv it is incredibly hard for him, and I did bear that in mind. But I've got massive respect for him. He's a great guy, and he gave his best up there. It just wasn't enough tonight.
When we spoke yesterday, you said that you normally get really tough draws. Every player seems to have said that this week, but respectfully, they've almost been kind draws so far, relatively speaking. Does that affect your preparation moving forward, that you've not really been battle hardened almost in this tournament, whereas some players can get Michael van Gerwen, yourself, Gezi Price back to back?
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing Michael and Gezi back to back and you win them both, it's going to stand you in more good stead than it has for what I've done. So, I don't really tend to look into it. The performances that have been against me today haven't been, what some people may have had against them. but you still got to get to that 10 legs, so it's still tiring, it's still a long day regardless. It doesn't matter who you play. I think I used to look into it before. I used to think, I don't want to play that guy because he's a top player in the world, and they used to play not as great, and then you play the person you think, that's a great draw, and then they play brilliant. So I really don't mind who I play anymore. I think it's so open. But I think me and probably Lukelittler has been the most consistent players throughout the tournament. So if we draw each other, then it'll be a fantastic game. But if I meet him in the final, if I get that far, that'll also be great for the fans to see as well.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you.
Thank you.
You spoke about that rivalry before, about you and Luke. That would be a fitting final, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, it would be a fitting final, of course, but there's so many great players in this tournament that will have a lot to say about that. So, it's not a foregone conclusion. We've got to avoid each other first. But, if we draw each other tonight and we have to play each other tomorrow, then it's also a great game. But it's something I'd love to see. If I can make the final, I'd love to play him again because it's great for the fans to watch. And we've both probably been the most consistent in this tournament.
Right, my question. Just obviously, world champion, players champion. You've achieved so much over the past few months, but obviously runner-up here in 2021. Does that still bug you a little bit in the sense of you've won so much, but as runner-up here, do you still want to get that bear off your back and get that title?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bug me. It was the start of the catalyst for me achieving what I did. I think that if we look back to what really started my career off, and it was that moment in 2021. It really was. I think after that I made a Pro Tour final the week after, and then I made another Pro Tour final, and another Pro Tour final, and then the year after I was winning Pro Tours and Euro Tours, and then last year it was majors. So it was the start of the natural progression. I'd obviously love to win this one because it's a really tough one to win, and I rate it as one of the top 6 on the calendar in the majors to win. So I'd love to tick every major off, but this would definitely be one. And if I keep playing the way I have and keep sharp, then I got a great chance of doing it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.